The Middle East is burning, tensions all around, and then there is this quiet building in Washington, D.C. Why are we talking about this? This is where the who is who of Iran and US enjoyed extravagant, lavish, and royal parties like Hollywood movies. Yes, the US and Iran, the countries that are at war today, were once so tightly knit. When the entire region is on edge, missiles, drones, retaliation after retaliation, the skies over the Gulf are buzzing with tension, this building story feels unreal. A building that once symbolized friendship and today symbolizes a relationship that is completely broken. This is the story of the Iranian embassy in Washington, D.C. And trust me, it tells a story louder than any speech or press conference. Once upon a time, this embassy was anything but quiet. We are talking about glitzy parties, glamorous guests, champagne flowing, and caviar on the tables. Hollywood stars, famous journalists, global elites, everyone showed up. During the rule of Shah Mohammad Reza Pahlavi, the Iranian embassy was one of the most glamorous diplomatic spots in Washington. The ambassador at the time, Ardeshir Zahedi, was known for throwing extravagant gatherings. And the guest list? Oh, it was star-studded. We are talking about names like Elizabeth Taylor, Frank Sinatra, Andy Warhol, and Barbara Walters. The embassy wasn't just a diplomatic building. It was a symbol of a close US-Iran relationship. Back then, Washington and Tehran weren't rivals, they were partners. But everything changed in 1979. The Iranian Revolution erupted. The Shah was overthrown, and suddenly the political map of Middle East and Iran's relationship with the United States were completely rewritten. Then came the moment that shattered relations entirely. The US embassy in Tehran was stormed. American diplomats were taken hostage, and they remained captive for 444 days. Yes, 444 days. That crisis shocked the world, and on April 7, 1980, the United States and Iran cut diplomatic ties completely. Just like that. The Iranian embassy in Washington closed its doors, and it has remained closed ever since. More than 4 decades later, the building still stands, and the gates are shut. But the silence, it is deafening. Technically, the property still belongs to Iran, but it is maintained by the US State Department. Some of the buildings are even rented out, but the embassy itself, it remains untouched, almost like a time capsule of a broken relationship. Inside, the rooms that once hosted celebrities and diplomats now sit frozen in history. Today, the US and Iran don't even talk directly. Instead, messages pass through intermediaries. Pakistan represents Iran's interest in Washington. Switzerland represents US interest in Tehran. Even simple communication between the two governments has to go through third parties. That's how deep the distrust runs. And now, tensions are escalating again. On February 28, 2026, the United States and Israel launched a joint attack on Iran. The strikes targeted military facilities, commanders, and even led to the killing of Iran's supreme leader, Ayatollah Ali Khamenei. Since then, Iran has been targeting US bases across the Gulf. The region is once again standing on the edge of a much bigger conflict. Nuclear talks? Frozen. Diplomatic relations? Non-existent. Trust? Completely shattered. So the big question remains, Will the United States and Iran ever reopen their embassies? Will this frozen chapter of history finally thaw? Right now, no one knows. But that silent building in Washington, D.C. stands as a powerful reminder. A reminder that diplomacy can collapse, that friendships between nations can vanish, and that sometimes history doesn't just move forward. Sometimes it freezes in time, and the world is left wondering what happens next.